Sometimes when we're working inside of our database, when we're in our desktop application of Eclipse SE, we realize that some of our image files are broken, our native files are broken, or perhaps we actually physically moved the location of some of our native files. Perhaps we changed a folder's name or the directory in which it was located. Reasons or locations that we might see this particularly might be that our native file path is completely gone. We recognize that it used to be a native file path, all the others were native files. It has a document type in there. We just can't figure out why it's blank now. Perhaps somebody came in here and deleted it. Sometimes perhaps there was a global replace that occurred, but it's missing right now. We got to go find it. Other locations, or maybe we had it at DIDR um, with the two DIRs, but now we moved it to where it just says DIR once. The file now can't be opened, it can't be found. We'll see at the bottom of Quick View error displaying native file as well. So we have the prompt and then we have the red text at the bottom of the Quick Viewer. Now, if we moved it, obviously, we know that we moved quite a bit of data. If we didn't and somebody came in here and maybe was editing and unintentionally edited some native file paths, we can go in there and we can actually change the permissions to prevent that from happening, or we'll want to run a report. Now, to run a report for our broken links, we go into admin. We can either validate image file native paths, or we can go into case management reports and run a broken links file. If we want to do that, we would just select validate image native file path, select our client in our case, choose whether it's image file, native file, production file path. I'm just going to do native files, and we're going to hit start. I already have that output. I already ran this. I'm just going to overwrite it so that way we have it again. And then it would tell us all the native file paths that were broken. So I'm going to go out to this path. I'm going to paste it here. And then we'll see all of these were unable to access the native. And maybe we'll kind of take a look at what this might be. Perhaps, like I said, the scenario might be that it was DIR, DIR. We changed it now just to one DIR. So I'm going to copy that location, just the top part. We're going to go into Global Search and Replace. I'm going to select my client in my case. The field that was edited was the native file path. So we're going to go to native file, push it over to selected fields. Our search and replace, we're looking for the desktop sys DIDR, and we're going to place it with just one desktop sys DIR. Then we're going to hit start. This operation will be applied to all documents in this case. Are you sure? Maybe, maybe not. The top portion up here, we can apply it to the entire case. If it's just an image key range, maybe that makes more sense that you just moved it over for those particular files. If you have an advanced search created or a save search created because you tagged those documents, that might be a good idea as well. For my particular case, it just happens to be the entire case. So we're going to say yes, and it's going to start running through that global replace. You could also just go into that native file path and paste it and change it that way as well if it's just a couple that need to be moved. But if it's large scale, like my entire database, I moved it, then you might want to do it this way, and it just improves that process or makes it a little bit more efficient. Thank you so much for attending.